So Crow's Wing is quite particular to Sheffield as a song, because it's definitely about a thing that happened in a place.
It's actually about a moment.
Hometown. Yeah, it's about a moment. It's about an inner city moment that was a surprise to me. And again, with the nature theme and the birds, I have a lot of birds on the album doing some of their standard sort of folk mythology tropes, and then doing some other things as well, which I think are maybe just more us or more contemporary or whatever. But in this, it's the idea of a bird that I considered to be close to not existing suddenly turning up as I'm stopped in my car at University Roundabout in Sheffield, and a peregrine falcon swoops down above our traffic jam and catches a pigeon in midair, and it's this really visceral thing, and it flaps off and I swear looks me in the eye as it goes by, and that's miraculous to me, right? Because when we were kids, there were
it was like that was like seeing a unicorn catching a pigeon in its mouth.
They were really rare, and they were really in trouble. So that sparked for the song the idea of rewilding, which I'd been reading a bit about in George Monbiot's book, particularly Feral, but just that idea of sort of actually hope in a way, like in pretty simple terms, the idea that something can come back.
Yeah, like 30 years ago it wasn't a thing.
Yeah, and we
now
have it alongside us, if you like, rather than us having succeeded in wiping something out. We're still being us, but we're obviously being us in a different way that accommodates that thing. So it became a song about positivity, really.
It's a bit of the diversity of the album, interestingly, is that there are some songs on there that are pretty straightforward and pretty... It's not one of the cleverest songs on the record, and it's not, but it's very accessible, and it's got a lot of sort of energy in it that, again, you presented... Do you write on guitar?
No, I wrote that on fiddle, actually, which is why it has that really strong fiddle riff in it.
Yeah.
So and that's quite a familiar sort of way of writing for me. So I did certain things, but I think it's interesting how it ended up. Yeah, it is quite a different song. It isn't as layered as other songs, but I really enjoy playing it live.
But it has stuff
and I love
like
the groove.
Stuff like in the guitar part there, right at the beginning, it's a very unresolved chord to start with.
Yeah, I like that. You put that in.
And because it's reasonably rhythmically straightforward,
Right.
Harmonically speaking, there's a few little things in there that still lend themselves quite well to how your writing works and how the band sounds. And it that's sort of how it ties in together, because there's in comparison with other tracks on the record that are in mad time signatures and things.
Yeah, that's right, and much more kind of unpredictable. It's quite predictable.
But it still sounds like part of the same record.
Yeah,
and,
hopefully, I think so. Yeah, it's sort of a different flavour of the same kind of thing, and I think the harmonies are really crucial as well. So everyone's singing. We've got Greg singing on there. Rowan's voice is really obviously there as well. So you've got all those different characters, and it's a bit of a sing-along.
We could rock up and do this with a couple of instruments. There's a simplicity to it that is it's very acoustic, I suppose.
It is a bit campfire, actually. You kind of need to have, again, returning to that sort of the rawness of where we I do come from, which is that could this song stand on its own? It does need to, but it doesn't have to in our album.
No, not at all.
But you could get ideas from it that you could do acoustically.
Absolutely, and I think it's got it balances up with other stuff that has complex language and things. This is straightforward, and that strange juxtaposition of the old building with the peregrine falcons living in it, and then all this new stuff around in that area. It sums it up quite well.
It's the same with the idea of nature finding its little nook and cranny, which actually happens to be something we've created. So it's the feeling that we might have done something right for a change.
Spring on a crow's wing.